What is the difference between multifamilies in Europe versus multifamilies in the United States? One of the differences is the way water is being metered and paid. In the United States, there is one master water meter for a complex of rental units, and the landlord is responsible for paying the entire water bill. And why is that? Let's take a look at how plumbing is structured in those two continents. In Europe, the plumbing is coming, a pipe is coming horizontally into each apartment, and this pipe feeds water to the entire apartment. But in the United States, they're building it in a riser system where the pipes are vertical, and it's a very economical, cost-effective way. The problem with it is the ability to meter. In Europe, there is one entry to each apartment, and each tenant has its own water meter, and he pays for his own consumption. In the United States, that's not the case. There is no way to put in a water meter for each apartment, and not the landlord, not the tenants know how much water they're using. And this is causing problems. The problem is the tenants feel that water is free. Whatever they do doesn't impact the cost that they pay for the water. Usually it's part of the rent, and there is a big abuse of water. So what's to do in case where you do not have a way to physically submeter, and that's where DrizzleX coming in. DrizzleX doesn't care if the water, if the pipes are horizontal or they are vertical. DrizzleX have micrometers that are installed in each point of use. And those micrometers are measuring how much water is running in each point, and based on it, a tenant can be billed for his actual use, and that's going to prevent the big waste that there is in the system. The whole water metering is now moving to the cloud. A very granular data is being collected. This data is being used for alerts in case there is leaks or overuse. Tenant can see exactly where they're using water, and they are empowered to conserve water. And the property owner or property manager has a dashboard, and he can build tenants exactly based on how much water they are using. Our micrometers are specially made for apartment living, a very long battery, and very, very affordable. In 10 minutes, we're converting an apartment to be a smart water for meter. Ariel and I are the co-founders. Ariel is a product designer. He's also my son. And I am a project manager and a real estate investor. We are a year in the market, and we are here developing the system. There are many other water meters out there, but none of them fit the American way of building, because they cannot handle, one meter cannot handle many, many different units. DrizzleX is the only one that can handle it. The market is huge. There are about 80 million housing units that do not have their own separate meters. We contracted with, we have paying customers that we are doing still pilots. We're doing pilots with P&G. We have data accumulated 24/7, and we are scaling up to new markets. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Esther. I'll ask our jury members. Yeah, thank you for the screen sharing. That's perfect. Our jury members to go for the Q&A. So who is the first one of our jury members?
I'll go, Esther. Your go-to-market strategy, is this meant for multi-residential? And I'm just thinking about the conflict of interest about a tenant trying to manipulate or possibly sabotage the micro units. So is there a backup to kind of control the metering for multi-residential? And the second part of the question, this is very important for homeowners who didn't know the water that they may have been wasting. Is there a solution for single home ownership to now get control of their both cost and their impact on the environment?
Yes, so the second question, yes. Our micrometers fit also the commercial arena, all-day home, student housing, private homes, very easy to install. That's the one thing, and it is tamper-free. It's one of the things that we did is that the way it's installed, and because of the battery is 10 years long, you really do not need to replace it. It's like a light fixture that has a LED in it. When it's done, it's done. So it's closed, it's laser closed, you cannot really open it. And because there is no shut-off valve for each apartment, only to the building, if anybody will try to take it out, there's gonna be a gush of water out there. So they are not going. And besides that, we also have warnings. If a micrometer stopped to work or somebody tried to tamper, we also get an alert to that. So we covered it in, because we know that our first market is the non-owner market, and we have to make sure it's tamper-free. So far, we never had any sabotage, anybody trying to sabotage.
Thank you.
Thanks, Esther. I'm curious, do you see over time competing on hardware or on software? And how do you think about kind of those two different competing sides of your business?
Well, we have a patent pending on it, on the battery life. It's 10 years, and it's really important because no property manager would agree to change hundreds of sensors every 2 years. So we don't see anybody coming with that. But of course, everything can be copied, and we are gonna allow also other hardwares to feed into our platform and our software. But we are going to collect so much data. We are not long in the market, and we have already so much data that people are willing to pay a lot of money for it, because nobody has this kind of data. How much time people use in the shower, in the toilet, how the family makeup impacts how much people are using. And for people to really know how they're using, they don't really know. Especially in the multifamilies, they never got a bill in their life. They don't know how to conserve water. So we're giving an answer to that, but competitors might come, maybe. We're hoping to be the Uber or the Airbnb or the robot, iRobot of the world. DrizzleX is the micrometers of the world. And if anybody come in, it's a huge market. Brazil, we got people from Brazil who wants it. India has the same problem. Many places in the world. A lot of places don't, but many places do.
Awesome.
Hey, Esther. Thanks so much for this. Do you all process bill payments? And if so, do you make any guarantees to multifamily owners?
Do we process a payment? We are not yet. Okay, right now we are installing and we are providing reports for that. Billing will be the next step. We will do billing, definitely. Today there is a phenomenon called RABS. I don't know if you guys heard about it, which is a ratio utility billing system, because landlords really have no way to offload the rent. They're doing it in all kinds of ways. Today it's done in a software way where they're billing tenants based on size of apartment and based on number of people. Of course, it's not fair, because if you conserve, you still pay. If you go on vacation, you still pay for water. But there are other companies that do billing, and that's where we want to do. That's part of our business model. We are going to make money from the micrometer, from the SaaS, and from billing. So that's something we are going to be doing.
Thank you very much, Esther. Thank you very much to the jury again.